All right, guys, we'll get started in just a few minutes. I want to make sure everything is copacetic. As you guys are coming in, go ahead and put your name in the comment section. Or you know what? Better yet, just let me know if you can hear me okay. All right. So today I'm really, really excited about today's content. I want to show you guys exactly how to create a workbook for your training. Workbooks are really super powerful. They're a great way to help people implement what they've learned. And you want to make sure that you have transformation for your clients and make sure that they implement what you teach them, right? So that they can always come back, that they can refer you, and that they can share your content with other people. Okay. So, again, as you guys are coming in, go ahead and put a smiley face below to let me know that you can hear me okay. And we'll get started. I hope things don't get a little clunky. I am going to be sharing my slides. I'm going to be going in and out. So things might get a little clunky. I can tell right now that you guys can probably hear my my necklace seems like it might be hitting the table. So let me take that off. You know, I'm trying to get cute for you guys, right? And I'm going to roll up my sleeves. So for those of you who are just coming in and maybe you don't know who I am Elise Michelle, and I am an online content creator. And I help online coaches create quality content so that they can attract paying clients. I also help them create their digital products library or empire, like what I like to call it, and start to bring in passive income. I am also the founder of the Coachpreneur Club. And guys, I've been doing this marketing thing for years, helping over 600 plus coaches and students get their business online, helping them generate income, helping them create digital products, helping them show up and show out online. So I am super excited to have you here. Thank you, Cheryl, for sharing that. Awesome. And you know what? I probably need to close my close. Hello, Marva. How you doing? Let me just take 1 second and close the blinds, because you know what? When you are doing your training in the middle of the day, there are like cars going by, and I get a little distracted. So hold on 1 second, and then I'm going to close the shades, and we're going to get started. Awesome. So I am back. Yes. All right. So, guys, again, a quick reminder today, we're going to be talking about how to create a workbook for training, okay, with done for you content. So, I am going to be going in and out. I'm going to show some slides, and then I'm actually going to show my desktop, and you guys are going to watch me do this step by step, right? Using done for you content. I know it's been a question a lot about how to compile some of the done for you content into a workbook or into an ebook. So the concepts that I'm going to share with you will be the same concepts that I will share with you if you were also doing this in an ebook form as well. Okay. So I see that my video is looking good. It's looking good. I've been having problems with like fuzzy videos lately. My husband had one last night. And so I don't know if it's our internet connection, if it's just, we're using a webcam that is high definition. I don't know, but hey, I think it's good today, and I'm so happy about that. Okay, so let me get into the content. I'm gonna start wasting y'all's time. Y'all know I can talk to y'all forever. So today, again, we're gonna be talking about how to create a workbook for a training with done for you content. Now, if you are excited about this content, and you are so excited about, like I am, about sharing this content today and learning how to do this for yourself, then put a smiley face below. And if you know anybody else who wants to know how to do this, because again, no one is sharing this with you online. You know, I like to share stuff. I don't like for y'all to be in the dark. I like for you guys to know what is going on. Put a smiley face in the comments if you're excited, and also hit that share button so that other people can also learn what you guys are learning as well. Sharing is caring. Yes, it is. All right, so let me start acting crazy and let's get into the content today. All right, so first let's define what a workbook is. I'm assuming that all of us really understand what a workbook is, but just in case we forget, I'm going to remind you. Hello. Thank you, Miss Sheila. Thank you, Lisa. Awesome. My video stopped playing on my phone. So let me get back to it. Okay. All right. So a workbook. A workbook is a student's book containing instructions and exercises relating to a particular subject. Now, what does that mean? It's a book that your students or your clients that you will actually give them so they can implement what you are teaching them in your master classes, in your coaching program, that they can take away and learn something. They have the transformation. I know a lot of us who have been taught in the university, right, setting, typically we were taught right? We were, the teacher was always like, hey, you know, just lecturing to us over and over again. And we were feverishly taking notes. And so then we would have to go home to our dorm or home or to your dorm and try to translate what the notes were about so that we can pass the quiz or the test, right? So if there was a workbook that the professor would have gave us, right, we could actually follow along with what he or she was saying. And then we were able to take that worksheet home with us and implement in some kind of way how to apply this either to our real world or how we're going to apply it to the next exam, right? So workbooks are really, really powerful for actual transformation in your clients. And you want to have some type of workbook or worksheets, right? Or a booklet with worksheets in it so people can actually start to implement what they're reading, what you're giving them, and exercises, etc. Okay. And it's a great branding tool as well because people hold on to these things. They hold on to them. They punch holes in them. They put them in a notebook. They put them in a folder. So your branding will always be front and center with them all the time. Super, super important. So let me just stop running my mouth and keep going. Okay. So here's our examples of workbooks that are actually being sold on Amazon. So again, I'm not teaching you something that is not applicable. That's not even the word that I want to say that you cannot apply to your own business. I want to show you how people are actually selling them and what different price points that they're actually selling these workbooks. So once I teach you and show you how to create a workbook, you can easily sell this on your website, right? You can sell it at a live event. Maybe you can get it printed. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna do a demo with that as well. I'm showing you eventually, not today, on how you can actually get workbooks printed, so you can have physical copies of things that you can sell at vending events, or if you're speaking, those type of things that you can have something at the back of the room or on the table. Okay, so this is an example of one of those workbooks, and here's another one. This is a social media marketing workbook, and it sells for $35 on Amazon. Yeah, it sales for $35, and you can do the same thing. Okay, so I just want to give you guys an idea and imagine for yourself that you can have these products as well as part of your repertoire of coaching programs. You know, I'm a big advocate of you learning how to create digital products as well as physical products so that you can start building up this product empire. I like to call it a digital empire because I think digital products are easier to get out there and submit and start selling really fast. And it also gives your clients and customers the opportunity to get their hands on the product a lot faster as well. Okay. So again, welcome everyone who's just hopped in. If you do not know who I am, this is your first time viewing me. I am Elise Michelle. I am a content creator, and I help online coaches create quality products and content so that they can attract paying clients and as well build up their digital empire so that they can bring in passive income. Hello, Eileen. Eileen is all about loving the digital empire. She knows how important that is. Yes. All right. So today, this is what we're going to create, right? We're going to create, how many pages is this? Is that 12 pages? This is a 12-page workbook that we're going to create today. You're going to watch me create this, right? And then you can go back and watch it. So this is one of these videos that I'm not just going to take down, right? I know some coaches take down things and you can't go find it. No, this is going to stay up. So if you miss anything, you can always come back and watch it. So what I'm going to ask you to do today is to watch me. Watch what I am doing and then save this video, right? Click on the link. Make sure you are getting all the notifications from me so that you know that I'm going live. And then you can come back and watch this, right? I'm not going to take it down. This is here for you to watch and have forever. As long as I have a YouTube channel and a Facebook page, this will be up, right? So you can catch it in the replay and watch it on my Facebook page, or you can also check it out. It's also on my YouTube channel as well, because I'm going live on both platforms. But this is what I am going to create, and you're going to watch me create today. All right. I'm excited. I'm like super excited. Of course, I tried this out to make sure everything goes copacetic and really smooth. But again, there might be a couple of little hiccups as I'm doing this. As I was doing this myself, I was like watching TV at the same time, but I think I got it. I have 19 plus years teaching this at the college level. So I'm pretty good at teaching things like this. Okay. All right. So D says, thank you. I'm driving and really want to watch. Yes. You just listen. Don't you? Yeah. Just listen to this. Don't be trying to watch what I'm doing. Okay. I want you to drive and stay safe. All right. So this is what we're going to be creating again, that you guys are going to watch me create. So here's what you're going to need. You're going to need done for you articles and worksheets. So I'm taking the actual articles and worksheet out of this month's done for you package. So this month's done for you package was the New Year goals. So there were 4 articles in that packet. I am only going to be using 2 of the articles, and I think the worksheet was a 2-page worksheet. I'm only going to be using page 1 of the worksheet. You're also going to need some type of Word document. I'm using Microsoft Word. Some of you might be using Google Word, or I don't know what it's called, Word Doc on Google. You can use that as well. You're going to also need copyright images. You can get copyright images from pixel.com or Unsplash. Today, I'm going to be using images from Pixel. And I'm also going to show you guys the website as well, so you guys can be like, if you're visual like me, sometimes you just need to see it. So you know what I'm talking about. You're also going to need Canva. I'm going to also make the assumption that we all understand Canva. If not, I do have some additional training coming down the pipeline of just showing you guys how to use Canva on a very basic level. Matter of fact, the Canva training is inside of the Coachpreneur Club, but I'm pretty sure it's not. I mean, you can find it, but some of you who probably are not tech savvy and just sometimes don't want to look through someone's site, then I'll make sure that this is more visible so that you guys can know that the Canva training is already, it should be already in the Coachpreneur Club page membership. I think it is. Don't hold me to that, but I'm pretty sure it is, right? And then the other thing that you're going to need is the PDF editor and a PDF editor or form filler. Now, this is optional. Typically, I don't do this, but I've seen a couple of you have been asking about the PDF editor and how you can actually, if someone downloads your PDF, that they can actually type in it and save it, whatever, and keep it on their document. I'm not going to do this in this this workbook, but I am going to show you the site that you can actually do create your PDF, more of a fillable PDF. Later on, probably in another training, I will go through how to actually make your PDF fillable or editable or writable, whatever y'all like to call it. Okay. All right. So let me see. All right. So who ready? Who ready? Who ready? Who ready? Who's ready? Who ready? Who is ready? Let me know if you're ready. Y'all know what to put a thumbs up and below to let me know that you're ready. I'm about to get myself ready. And Yes. Thank you. Love those hearts. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Yes. Eileen says she's ready. Awesome. Miss Sheila says she's ready. Awesome. All right. So let me get all set up so I can share my slides with you guys. Let me share my screen with you. And so you're going to see like a screen within a screen within a screen. Y'all understand what I'm saying, right? But then we're going to get right to it. So the first thing that I am going to, I'm going to say entire window. Share. First thing I want to share with you is the sources, like the sites. Like this is Pixel. This is where I'm going to get my stock photography or my stock royalty-free images from, so that you guys are familiar with this. This is pixel.com. I already have my images saved in a folder. So I'm just, when you hear me say that I'm getting my images from Pixel, then you know what I'm talking about. This is Canva. I'm going to show you a couple of things about Canva. So I'm going to be using Canva. Here is the PDF Escape site that I was talking about, so that you can make your PDFs writable. I think that's the word I want to use, writable. So this is that site. I also want to share with you, here is the Word document. So this is the 2 articles that I'm going to be working with. Go for it, achieving your goals regardless of obstacles. And I am going to be using this one, 8 tips for bringing your personal goals to reality. And then this is the worksheet. Also out of the package, I'm going to be using the 90-day goal planner. Okay. And we are going to create this document right here. I've already saved it as a PDF, so you guys can give an idea. We're going to also be creating, I'm not going to walk you step by step on how to create a cover for your workbook, but I'm going to show you what I use to create the cover. We're going to talk about how to create, color schemes so everything just flows and looks nice. We're going to talk about how to add lines so that you can have places for people to write in. So this is what we are going to be creating. Okay. All right, so let me get my bearings together, and I am going to open up a Word document. And again, guys, I'm using Microsoft Word. Let me go back so you guys can see my whole entire screen. Yeah, so now you guys can see the whole screen. And I might not be able to see all of you guys' comments because it's covering up my whole screen, if you guys can understand. So if you got questions, hold on to those questions for me to go back and forth so I can see them. Let me go see, can I go back to my business page so that I can see y'all's comments? And if I miss any of your comments, sis, I apologize. I promise I'll go back after the episode today and answer any of your questions that you might have. I was trying to watch my video on my business page and it kept knocking me out. Okay, so here's the Word document. And this is where I'm going to start off first. I like to go ahead, and this is a blank page. So I'm going to type cover page goes right here, just to remind myself that my cover image goes right here, or my book cover goes right here. So I'm going to type that on my second page. Then I'm going to come on down. And guys, I am not a whiz with Microsoft Word. So I do it like the old fashioned way. So if you guys have any shortcuts, please share them with me. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is grab my first article. And again, these articles come out of this month's Done For You package, which was new goals, new year, new goals. So I'm just going to copy this. And I am going to paste it in my new document. And I'm going to paste it using this destination theme. Sometimes if you copy and paste it using like keep text only, all the like whatever like specialty fonts I use, whatever goes away. So I like to just start with the destination theme because I tend to like Times New Roman. And just to give you a heads up, if you are always like fluctuating with what fonts to use, Times New Roman and Arial are always good readable fonts. Okay, always good readable fonts. So let me go ahead and highlight this. Change it to Times New Roman. I want to make sure that all of my font sizes are a size 12. 12 font. 12 or 14 is always good, but we're going to start with 12. And I like to have my spacing as a 1.15. It just makes it more readable. And I noticed that all of my fonts were not the same. Okay. So the next thing that I want to do is go ahead and create a, what we call a subtitle, or you want to call it a headline. This is like a subtitle in the graphic design world. So I'm going to go ahead and center this. I'm going to increase the font size to 18, I think. Yeah, 18. And I think I want to capitalize it. Now I might change this up. This might not be exactly like the example because I'm feeling, I liked it 16, but I don't think I want it capital each word. And the reason why is that I don't like my titles to drop down to the next line. I like all my titles to be on one line. See if I can make that 17. And just remember that this subtitle needs to always be the same size. Like this subtitle, when I drop the next article in, I want that to be the same size. Okay. Now I'm going to put an image right here in this spot. Okay. So again, let's look at the example. So this is the page right here. Oh, I did drop that to 2 lines. Let me drop this to 2 lines. I must have liked it better in 2 lines. So let's drop it down to 2 lines. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So I'm going to drop an image right here. So let me show you the example like this one. And I'm going to show you how to do a drop cap. Y'all see that? It looks like a magazine. Y'all see that? Let me see if I can give y'all a 1-page view. And we're going to do this drop cap as well. Okay. So let me stop talking and let me insert my image. So what I would do is that I would go to Pixel and I would type in an image that is very similar to my title. So my title is about achieving your goals regardless of the obstacles. So I would go to Pixel and probably type in the word goals and see what pops up. And again, if you don't know, Pixel is a royalty-free image site, so you can use these images pretty much as you please, but please still read the agreement. Hola, Rosa. Hello, Michelle. So I've already I've already downloaded my images, but say if you want to use this image right here, all you have to do is hit free download, or you can right click and hit save image and you will place the image in whatever document. But as I mentioned, I have already saved all of my all of my images. So I'm going to go into my folder and I am going to insert a picture from my folder. I have a folder on my desktop. So I am going to use this yoga pose. And as you can see, there she is. And I like it, but it's got a lot of space up here. So I think I am going to crop it. So picture format, crop, just a tad bit. Yep, much better. And then we're going to come back and add the borders and everything else. Now I want a drop cap, but I also want you guys to be really aware of this as well. As you can see, my text is very close to this image and it can be hard to read. So you always want your images, you want your text, you want your things to breathe. And so if you keep things so tight, there's no breathing room. So I'm going to hit enter and give it some breathing room. And I'm going to just highlight the Y because I want to create a drop cap. So you go up to insert and over here to the text area, over to the, what's that? The right-hand side, you're going to see this text category. click right here where there's a capital letter and lines beside it. Click there, and then I'm going to do dropped. And so that's going to create a drop cap. So now we've got already our document is looking pretty sexy already. Okay, we got a little drop cap going on. It's looking sort of sexy. Wouldn't y'all agree? I agree. Y'all ain't got to agree. I agree. Okay. Rosa says, ever since you mentioned Pixel in another life, I've been using it. The best thing ever. Yes. Rosa, you are so funny. Okay. So we got that one. So that's good to go. You always remember, guys, you always can change this. You don't have to use it as is, but I'm using everything as is. Okay. And again, I am going to add color later on. But the next page is that I want, after someone reads this article, I want them to apply or journal or write down their thoughts about what they've learned in this article. So this article is about go for it, achieving your goals regardless of your obstacles. So I want them to reflect on your efforts in order to reinforce them. Okay. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to create a page they can actually write down their thoughts, right? But first, I want them to, so I'm going to say, let me increase the size. So I'm going to say, write down your, write down your 2020 goals for this year. Okay. In the space below. All right. And so I'm going to put a period there. I'm going to center this. I think I'm going ahead and make it bold. I think I'm going to increase the size to about 14. And then we're going to come back. We're going to, again, I like my stuff to have some, some breathing room. And again, we're going to come back and add color and boxes and all this kind of stuff. So I'm not really sure how long this, this demo is going to be. I'm going to try to keep it at about an hour, but I'm going to make sure I create what I said I was going to create for you guys. So the next thing I'm going to do is insert lines so that people can have room to write. So here's how I create lines. I'm going to insert and I'm going to table, right? And instead of 2 rows, I am only going to create 1 row, right? And of course, I'm going to need more lines. And then this would be the lines that they will actually use. Let me see if I want to add some more spacing in between. So if I want the spacing to be a little bigger, I will highlight. I know I went fast to that. So I will highlight my table like this, and then I will come here and make it 1.5. So a half double space, right? And then I don't want these lines on the outside. Like I just want straight lines. I don't want this off to the right and to the left. So I want to get rid of that. And here's a little, I don't know what this is called. It's called borders. I'm going to click on it and I don't want no borders. See, if you guys notice, because I don't have it highlighted, it only took the border away from the front. From the top. So I'm going to highlight this whole thing. And then I'm going to say no. Look at that. No outside borders. No outside borders. So if you click on no outside borders, you will not get into borders. All right. And of course, I want lines to the end of this page. So this is not enough lines. So what I'm going to do is I am going to highlight this. I'm going to right click and I'm going to copy, and then I'm going to put a space. I'm going to drop down and I am going to paste so that I have more lines. And I'm going to do it again, hit paste so that I have enough lines. Okay. So now I have lines for my clients or my students to actually jot down their 2020 goals. All right. So now I have my article. I've taken that article from the Dump You Kit. I pasted in there. I wrote a question so that they can reflect on what they've read and actually write down the 2020 goals. All right. So how we going? How we doing? Next, let me know if this is making sense. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and put your questions in the comment below. Next, I am going to copy the second article. Thank you, Marva. I'm going to take those wow emojis as a thank you. So I'm going to go and I'm going to paste my second article. And the second article is 8 tips for bringing your personal goals to reality. So I'm going to copy this one. And I am going to drop it in my next document. So remember, I like to, that didn't, keep formatting. I want to make sure that all of my text is a 1.5 spacing. As all of it is Times New Roman. I got to go up to the top because I can't remember what size this was. Oh, that was 26 bold. 26 center. I'm going to drop personal down to the next line, and that's bold. And I'm going to insert an image here as well. Okay. So I'm going to insert my image picture. I think I'm going to use this one. Insert. I want to crop this one as well. So picture format, crop. I crop this a little bit here, a little bit here. And let me see. Oh, that spacing. You remember, guys, I like my font and image to breathe. This is a little tight. So I'm going to drop it down a little bit. And I'm going to create a drop cap. So insert, drop cap. Now I got a drop cap. I'm going to move this down a line. All right. And now I am going to put in another question, right? So I'm going to do the same one up here. And to make it easy, I'm just going to highlight this whole thing that I did before. And I'm going to copy it. Matter of fact, I am creating this faster than I did before. And then I am going to paste it. So this will be my second exercise for them to do. I would tell them to write down how you will accomplish your goals. Again, your questions in the space below. Again, your questions can be totally different than mine. So that fit perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and maybe delete about 2 of these because I don't want the space below. So I'm going to delete those rows. Because if you saw that those lines really went to the next page and I didn't want that, okay? So now we've got a 2-page document. We got a 4-page workbook right now. So you guys can see that. No, we got more than that. We got 7 pages. And this page over here will be the cover page. And we're going to get to that in just a second. All right. So let me make this bigger. Eileen says looking good so far. Well, thank you, darling. Now I'm going to insert the worksheet. Now I want to show you this because I've been getting questions about this one. Because I already have charts in here, sometimes y'all's charts are not actually copying over to the next document. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to show you. And that's it right there. I think that's it. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to drop this chart in my document on the next page. And remember, when you copy things, use the paintbrush, right? It keeps the source formatting, meaning whatever the formatting was on the document that you copied from, is going to translate over to your current document as well. Okay. So we have that. And as you can see, it translated, right? It had that line in there, but I don't want that line. I'm going to delete that line. And I'm going to highlight everything to make sure everything is Times New Roman. So my fonts are always consistent. That is really important. And I'm also going to do a 1.5 space. Okay. And I want to make sure that this is, I think the top part was 26. The subtitle font size was 26. Isn't that right? Yep, 26. And I am going to drop an image here, just like I did in the other one. Let's do light bulb. Now your images can be more related than mine. I'm going to crop this a little bit as well. I just did this really fast. I want a little bit more breathing room. So I'm going to put a little space here. This is pretty good breathing room, but I'm going to give it a little bit more. I'm going to add that T. I'm going to insert a drop cap. There we go. And I think I'm going to give this some more space because I want that down. I want that on its own page. Yep. So this is going to change a tad bit. Maybe this is too much space right here. I think what this is, that's a double space right there. And it should be no space. Anywho, y'all get the idea, okay? This is probably going to be a little bit more. Y'all get the idea. I would move some things around just a tad bit. Maybe I would bring this up a little bit. And the reason why I would bring this up because I want this chart to be on this page. Okay, and so I'm gonna get rid of some spacing right there. Yep. Yep, that's good right there. I'm gonna bring that up. And I want this to fit on this page as well. So I'm probably going to bring this up a little bit. So you guys are actually seeing me figure this out and make it look the way I want it to look. Oh, maybe I want that on the same page. I want to drop that down. Now I want this chart on this same page. I hope I didn't. There we go. And I'm okay with that dropping to the next line. I'm okay with that. Okay, for this one, right? So we basically got all our content in here. Okay. Now I need to make it pretty. I'm going ahead and insert the page numbers. So I'm going to insert page numbers. I'm always going to center my page numbers on the bottom. And the reason why I just center it no matter what is because if I decide to get this physically printed, then I don't have to worry about my numbers not being on the right side. So if they're centered, they're going to always be correct if I decide to actually turn this into a physical product. Okay. So now it's time to make it pretty. Let me see to make sure I didn't forget anything. I'm going to go back to the original. Do a two-page spread. Yep. Now I'm going to make this pretty. Oh, I forgot about that one. I actually didn't do lines. I did lines on this one and then a square. Okay, you know what? I'm going to show you guys about this square just in case you might want a square because I think I did this square because I would tell someone to create a vision board. That's basically what it was. So that would be a spot and say create. I'm going to change this to create. And again, I'm so glad that you guys are seeing this. Create your vision below. And so instead of using these lines, I just want a space so they can just like cut and paste and add their own. Right click. And I am going to delete the whole entire table. Okay. And so now I'm going to drop this down again. Thank you, Miss Sheila. And I want to make sure this is a 14. That is. So now I'm just going to insert a box. So I'm going to go to shapes, insert a box, draw my box, and bring my box down a little bit, about right there. I'm going to say no fill, and I'm going to make my line black. And I'm going to come back and make this all pretty, right? Okay. So now it is time to make things pretty. My favorite part. I want you guys to see this all at one document. So that's what we got so far. Okay. Now I got to add the cover page, and now I'm going to add like coloring. Okay. So I will create my cover image in Canva. Okay. So I'm going to go to Canva, and I've already created my cover because this is the cover right here, but I'm going to show you how you would create your cover. Now, because we're using an 8.5 by 11 document, so this Word document is 8.5 by 11, I need my cover image to be 8.5 by 11 as well. And Canva does have an 8.5 by 11 document, but it doesn't say 8.5 by 11 document. And most of the time, I don't have time for that. So I'm going to create my own design. I'm going to set my own custom dimensions. And so you want to make sure when you're creating your sizes that this says IN for inches and not for pixels, not centimeter and all that kind of stuff. You want to make sure it is IN. And so in inches is going to be 8.5 by 11. And then click Create Design. So I know this white document right here is 8.5 by 11. But what I also love about Canva is that they immediately start giving you templates as well. Now, I get a lot of questions about my designs and my graphic designs, and some of you want me to do them for you. But guys, I'm only using Canva, and I use the templates. So I like this template. If I would have saw it earlier, I would have started with this template. Use what Canva has given you and work with that. So if I want to use this, I would change this to my brand colors, which is gold. I would change this green to gold. Yep, that's my brand colors. I would move this font choice over here. I would change this graphic, etc. Right? I'm not doing Canva training, but that's what I would do. And then I would save this as a PNG. Now I've already created the graphic for the cover already. And so let's go back to the Word document. And I am going to insert my graphic on that first page. Hello, Kim. So let me make this bigger. Okay. And so this is what my cover image is going to be. I'm going to delete that. And I am going to insert. I need to make this a tad small. Not that small. Let's go into view. So I can say 100%. That still was pretty. I need to zoom it out just a tad bit. That's not really enough, but that's okay. All right, so I'm going to insert the picture because I've already created. It's on my desk. I thought I put it in this folder. Let me see. Enlarge image. You guys, now I know I have this image somewhere. Hold on, because I just saw it. I just saw it. Hold on. I know it's on my desktop or in one of these folders, and I don't know why it's not popping up. Yeah, it's right there. Oh, it's saved as a PDF. That's why. Y'all, that's good. I'm glad y'all saw that. So it must be in one of my other folders. So let me insert picture. Let me go to downloads. There it is. Insert it. So as you can see, it dropped down to my second page. It moved. I want y'all to see this. So it moved here. I need it to be right here. And you see all this stuff moved around. So what you want to do is make sure your text wrap, you change your text wrap and say in front of text. Okay. So when you change the wrap to in front of text, I know I went fast, change it to in front, it moves. And then I am going to increase the size just a tad bit. And I'm going to bring it all the way to the edge. Now, don't stretch it out too much because then you get all these like, all right. Now, if I was to get this printed, if I was to print this, say on my computer, right, you're going to always have white. You're going to always have white around the edges. Like sometimes you might want a full bleed, but if you're printing it from home or if you're going to, send it to Kinko's or to Office Max to print, it's always going to be a small white border around it because the printer actually needs something to grab hold to before it starts to print. But that's techie kind of terms. But if it's going to be a digital form, you don't have to worry about it. Okay. Don't have to worry about it at all. Let me see what you guys are saying. Marva, thank you so much. Miss Sheila says, are you going to do Canva training soon? Miss Sheila, there is already Canva training inside of the Coachpreneur Community Club. I just got to make sure I make it available to you guys, okay? Marva says, I'm loving this training. Thank you, Marva. Cheryl says, this is what I needed to complete my project for this month's download. Awesome. Awesome. All right, guys. So now it's time to make this pretty. Now, here's my thought process about making things pretty. Now, if I would have chosen an image that was in my brand colors, like gold, like I could have used gold because this ribbon has gold in it. I like to always pull color from my image. Okay. And as you can see, new year, new you. I can't even say it. New year, new you is in pink, like a pinkish, purplish color, right? So this color comes from my image. You don't have to always do that. However, if you are going to always want your packaging to represent your branding, then you want to make sure you choose images that are neutral based, like it's just like an outdoor environment image, or that the image actually has like a little bit of your brand color in there. Okay, in the photo. And it doesn't necessarily have to have all the brand colors. It can have some of the brand colors. Like again, this has that yellow in this photo. I could have pulled out the yellow and that would have been because that's part of my brand color, but I didn't. I don't know. I was in the pink and in the pink mood. Okay. So now I'm going to make everything pretty and bring it more cohesive. Okay. So I'm going to highlight my subtitle and I'm going to change that color to a pinkish color as close as I can get to it. That might be too bright. Let's do this one up. And if you have your brand colors, you can always go. Let me show you. If you have your brand colors, you can go to more colors and go to custom and actually put your brand color numbers in this spot and change it. So let me go back to that color because it changed. All right. And now let me enlarge this so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. So now I want to give this picture a little oomph, right? So I want to put a border around this picture. So once you highlight the picture, this picture format tab is going to pop up. So you click this and then you click on picture border. I click on that. And because I've already used this color before, it's going to show up in the recent colors. So I'm going to select this color. And it already has like a border around it. It has that pink border, but that border is a little weak. I want it to be a little thicker. I want to give it some oomph. So I'm going to go down to weight and I'm going to make it 4.5 point weight. So now my border is a little thicker. Y'all see that? It gives it a little like oomph, right? Okay. Then I'm going to highlight the Y, which is our drop cap. And I'm going to make it pink or like a pinkish purple. All right. So now I've got some continuity. This is pink. My subtitles are pink. It's not the exact pink, but y'all get the point, right? Now I want to sort of give a visual element to this as well, like to this. Write down your 2020 goals for your for this year in the space below. So I'm going to sort of give it like a highlight or like put a box behind it. So I'm going to go to shapes and I am going to draw a box that fits just right there. I'm going to fill that color with that pink. I'm going to make sure the outline is the same color, right? And then I am going to send this to the back. You want to highlight, you want to click on it and say, send back. I had some problems with this yesterday. I don't know why that's not sending to the back. I had problems with this yesterday, and I'm not sure why it's not sending it to the back. Like I said, bring front of text. Okay, so this is what it was. You want to make sure it says bring front of text, which is like odd. Like that's not really what I wanted to do. I really wanted to go. Why is that not working for me? Y'all, I promise you this worked for me yesterday. And I'm so glad y'all are seeing this. I don't know why this is not sending to the back. And if it doesn't work right now, it should send it to the back. Don't know why it's not doing that. Oh, send behind text. See, y'all saw that did not show up the first time. Hopefully you have more luck than I do. So you want to make sure that text is always in front. And I want this text to be white. So I'm going to change it white. No wrap text doesn't work. I finally got it. And I want these lines also to be pink. I want them to be pink. So this is where I found this at. And I hope I can find it again. Because I want my lines to be pink. Uh-oh. So you go to table design. And right here where it says pen color, go ahead and select the pen color to that pink. And then this little, I guess, paintbrush, you click on the lines and change them to pink. Now, I have not found an easier way to do this. It probably is an easier way to do it, but I ain't found that out yet. I also use this technique if I don't want a line to show. I would change that line to white, and then that line will not show at all. So if you guys know an easier way to do this, then please tell me, because I have not found a way to do it easier. And so now my lines are pink as well. So what else I got to make pretty? Oh, I got to make this pretty now. I need to make my drop cap as well. I'm going to insert that freaking box again and see what happens. See, can I copy this one? Copy. I'm going to place it right here. Oh, that worked that time. And then I am going to make that white. I'm going to make this bigger so you guys can see it. And then I want my box to be pink as well. So I'll go to shape format and I want to make my line the pink. So now I've got that pink box. I want this to be pink as well. Oh, did I have a picture? Oh, yep. I want to make my picture have a border around it. So picture format, picture border. I need for that to be pink. I need for the weight to be 4.5. Yep. So we got that. This needs to be pink as well. I want that border. And I'm going to do 4.5 weight. I want my drop cap to be pink as well. So there we go. I want this color inside of my table. So you see that it's gray, but I want that to be pink as well. So I'm going to do shading and I'm going to choose that to be pink. And I want my table text to be centered. Do the same thing here. I want that gray to be pink. There we go. And I'm going to center it. Y'all, that's it. Cheryl said, you're giving me goosebumps. You are so silly. This is the document. Okay. Now you can go the extra step. So let me show you the original one. This is the original one that I did. So this was the original one that I did. Y'all see? And this is the one that you just watched me create. Okay. Now you guys can go the extra step, right? And actually make these, if people like to actually fill out the document in a PDF form to make it actual fillable, then you can go to this site here and use the free online version, right? And once you save this as a PDF, because you got to save this as a PDF, we got to save this file as a PDF. And I shouldn't have to show you guys how to do that, but a file, save as, browse. I'm going to put this on my desktop, save it as a PDF, etc. I already got one on my desktop, so I don't really need to show you that. But you can use this free online version and actually upload the document and make these squares or make these lines or squares, actually people can actually fill them out in a PDF form. I'm not going to show you that today. That's going to be in another training to do. But, you know, for now, you guys got a workbook. All you got to do now, save this, upload it, add it as a freebie, sell it, give it out when you're doing a paid workshop. You know what I'm saying? You can do that. You can, let me stop sharing my screen. You can take that PDF and you can use it as a freebie. You can sell it as a low dollar offer. You can use it as a bonus for a class that you're teaching. You got a workbook. You can add more pages to it. I mean, it's like the options are like extraordinary. You can turn it into a physical book like this one. Like this book, I turned a workbook. I turned this into a workbook, and this was like blog post articles. You see, guys, I have lines in this one. You can actually get this physically printed. I'm going to show you how to do that later on this year, or bring a guest person on. And so if you had a speaking opportunity, you can actually sell these in the back of the room. You can send these as bonuses to a client, one of your high-end clients. You can mail this to them. They'll love that. But now you guys know how to create a workbook. How you feel? Can y'all do this? What's my timing? Oh, I did that in about an hour. Yes, Miss Sheila, you got that one. Yeah, I gave that to you when you became one of my VIP clients. So can you guys do this? Y'all can handle this? Yes. And again, you can go back and watch this training over and over again. I am not taking it down. It will be on my YouTube channel. It will be on my my Facebook business page. It will also, you know, because I share this inside the groups, it's going to stay there. I'm not going to take this down at all. You can always go back and reference it. Okay. Cheryl, how did you get this book? You know what? I've got to start uploading all of my physical things, Cheryl. I am so bad at this stuff, right? I even have this one right here. Let me show y'all this one. I created this one a while ago. It's called Sold Out. This book is how I actually sold out all of my live events. I sold them out in less than 48 hours, each one. And so I created all the steps that I did, but I have some edits. Like I need to change some stuff. Y'all see my little edits and stuff. So I need to make this available as well. But this was like a workbook as well. This one was a blog post, like an epic blog post. It was really long, very detailed. And then I turned it into a physical book. I wanted to see what it looks like. So you guys can have books as well. Again, I'm going to train you on that as well coming up sometime this year, or bring in a guest person to do that for you. But these are actually really good to have when you are speaking, when you have VIP clients, when you are, you have a client as a bonus, you actually mail them these workbooks. So imagine having a packet like this that you actually send to a VIP client, or that you can sell as a bundle on your website. Hint, hint. I need to do it for myself, right? Awesome. And you guys have the content. So I am going to do that. Honestly, you know what? I'm just sharing this with you guys, but I'm sharing it to the public. I think I am going to do a 2-day workshop for 5 women that we actually, for 2 days, create physical products and your digital products in your store and all of that for 2 days in a hotel suite. I can do that. I would love to do that. You just have to bring your laptops, right? And that we spend the day together, like powwowing it in a hotel suite and getting work done. How would y'all like that? Would y'all like to do that? I would do that here in Charlotte. I'm only going to take about 5 women to do it because, of course, I couldn't handle that many more. And that we just knock out your whole digital empire suite. We knock out physical products for you as well. So if that's something that you're interested in, just let me know. I'm really planning to do that. I'm going to look at my schedule. Miss Sheila said, name the date. Okay. All right. I hear you, Miss Sheila. Yes, I think that would be so wonderful to have about 4 or 5 of you guys. Oh, thank you, Cheryl. Thank you. Yes, Miss Renee says the same thing. Okay. All right. So I'm definitely going to look at my calendar. I know my husband and I are supposed to go out of the country in April, and we're supposed to go out of the country again in June. I've got to ask him about those dates to make sure, and then I will get back with you guys on definitely doing that. Okay. So it will be coming up really soon. All right. All right, ladies, I am tired. I am wore out, right? You guys have now seen how I create a workbook for training using the Done For You content that I actually give you guys. That is the actual content. And you can have one. Look how quickly I was able to put that together. You can do that too by this weekend and have that ready to go. So please share your final products with me. Let me know if you have any questions about something. Just let me know. But make sure to watch the replay. If something wasn't clear about what I did, just leave a comment below the video or send me a message, and I'll make sure to clarify, either do another demo to show what didn't make sense or whatever. Y'all know how I am. I'm always going to serve so that you guys get all the things that you need. All right. So you guys have an awesome and blessed day, and thank you so much. Thank you. Please let me know if you felt like this was very valuable. I can tell that y'all did think this was valuable. But if you know anyone who needed this information, go ahead and hit the share button and share this. Sharing is caring. All right. You guys have a wonderful day. Cheryl says, what do you like? I would like to send you a gift card. Oh my gosh. You know what, Cheryl? I love food. So any kind of food. Oh, Amazon. Amazon will make me happy. Amazon will make me happy. So thank you for that. You guys have a blessed day. All right. Bye-bye.